Hello dear people, I'm here with a tutorial for you, and it's going to be on how to make a simple gathered v-neck cape top. I'll be using this dry lace and this Ankara fabric. I'll combine both of them. It's going to be super easy, so let's get straight into it. First of all, get your pattern paper and fold it into two. Draw a starting line at the top of the pattern paper. Then get the measurement of the v-neck length you want and transfer it to the paper from the starting line. I am using 13 inches here, which is the measurement from my shoulder to under bust. So you can use your shoulder to under bust, or you can take it a little bit further. Do the same on the other side and join both points together. Now place the neck width on the starting line. I'm using 3¼ inches here. So I'll just make that point. On the fold of your pattern paper, place the neck depth measurement. I'll use 6½ inches. But guys, take your own measurement and do whatever is good for you, okay? Both the neck width and also the neck depth. Now I'll just connect the 2 points together to form the v-neck. Place half of your shoulder measurement on the starting line and mark. I'll mark 7½ inches right here. Then come down by 1 inch at that point and mark. Connect the point to the neck width to form the shoulder slope. Then connect that point all the way down to the under bust mark of 13 inches that we did earlier on. Make a straight line, then cut out your pattern. This is what it looks like after cutting. It's time to transfer the pattern to the fabric. This is the lace we'll use for the v-neck, and because it is an eyelet lace, I will line it with this black lining fabric. So just place a little portion of your fabric on fold and place the pattern on it, making sure the fold on the pattern is on the fold of the fabric. Then add ½ inch all around your pattern except on the fold. When you are done with that, you cut out your fabric. We need 2 of these, so I'll cut out another one. We have 2 of the lace, and I've gone ahead to cut out 2 lining. Now place the lining over the lace, right sides facing each other, and take it to your machine to sew the neckline by ½ inch. Make a little notch at the center of the v-neck line. Next, place both fabrics over each other, right sides facing each other, and stitch together at the shoulder by ½ inch, making sure lace is over lace and lining over lining. This is what it looks like after stitching. I'll just set this aside and grab the Ankara fabric. The Ankara will be gathered and attached to the edge of the v-neck lace to form the cape top. The first thing to do is to take your measurement to determine the length of your top. Now measure the v-neck. Remember, I used 13 inches, then added ½ inch stitching allowance, so I have about 13½ inches here. Now, to know the height of Ankara to use, subtract v-neck length from total top length. In this case, total top length is 24 inches. Then v-neck length is 13 inches. So if you subtract 13 inches from 24 inches, you'll be left with 11 inches. So then to 11 inches, add joining and hem allowance of about 2 inches, which gives a total of 13 inches. So we use 13 inches for the height of the Ankara. I'll be using 2 yards of my Ankara to make the gathers. Fold the fabric into 2, then trim off the selvage on both sides. After that, measure your Ankara to know what is left. Right now I have 44 inches. So I think I'll divide the fabric into 3. So that is 44 inches divided by 3. Which gives us 14.6 inch for each piece. Since the difference is not too far from the original 13 inches I intended to use, I'll just use the 14.6 inches. But if you have so much left, you can trim off the excess, okay? Split the folds on both sides. So we have 3 strips of fabric, which we will join together to form one long strip. After joining the fabric to make a long strip, fold this long strip into 2, then fold it again into 2. Then on the fold, make a notch. Fold the fabric into 2 to get the center. Then from that point, make a slightly curved line all the way to the edge of the fabric. You can go down by about 3 inches. When you are done, you cut it out. The next thing we're going to do is to run our gathered stitch at the top of this long strip. Then at the bottom of the strip, we're going to fold in by 1 inch. After stitching the top, pull your thread to form the gathers. I have made the gathered stitch and I've also hemmed it in at the bottom. I have gathered the Ankara and now I'm going to stitch down the lining to the lace to keep it in place before attaching the Ankara. Open up the V-neck and attach the angles to the points where you notched on the Ankara, right sides facing each other, then pin them together just like I'm doing, and adjusting the gathers while pinning. After pinning, take to the machine to stitch together. When you have almost reached the end of the Ankara, remove from the machine, then taking both ends of the Ankara, stitch together to close it up, then continue attaching it to the V-neck till you are done. One last thing, we need to stitch it down on both sides in order to keep the body covered. So measure about 15 to 20 inches from the shoulder, then mark that point and draw a line from the hem to the middle of the Ankara. Do the same thing on the other side, then take to your machine and stitch the line that you just made. Then we are done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.